Hello, listeners, and welcome to Natural Chaos, where chaos reigns supreme and logic tries rebelling. Have fun and embrace the chaos. Start the jingle. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cirque de Rosel. This is session 2. Little recap of what happened last time. They fought a man in a shop. Marie stole a circlet. Sparky pulverized a man, and Araya got covered in the man goo. Hugo starts talking to a mystical circlet. Circlet's name is now Nawada. Aran goes and looks at Marie's circlet and goes, "Oh, that's a fun thing from my childhood. That's a childhood toy." Castian, when they're in backtracking, when they're in Hyde's office, Castian sees a brown horn and gets sad. Also, he sees a strange black pearl, but we'll get back to that. Then they go off and they start practicing for their lovely little show. Show goes great until Dio decides to be someone and starts cutting, gets knife happy, starts cutting ropes. Anya had something on her that she went to Marie and she said, firstly she asked to talk to Marie beforehand, and then they didn't get beforehand after the show. And then during the show, Anya falls off the trapeze, and then these idiots try to save her, so then she gets caught by Castian.
It's mostly that idiot.
Yeah. Cassian catches Anya, and I go, "Oh, well, damn. Hyde casts darkness." Anya's dead. Anya gets revealed to be a changeling. That's where we start off. You guys have just seen nothing come. You've heard a scream. You've heard Aran yell out, "Anya!" Darkness has been lifted, and you see the audience completely gone. You see Hyde looking furious. You see Doe and Dio looking towards Hyde, and like being genuinely, "Oh shit." You see Dio putting a stained knife back in his holster, back in the sheath, and you see Anya there gasping for breath, very obviously on her last breath. But you see her struggling to breathe. You see her looking around for people, just lying there. But you see her as a changeling, no longer as the drow that you thought she was. What are you guys doing?
Sparky, like slightly setting down Marie, or almost doing like a hip thing, goes and then kind of picks up Anya and kind of like inspects her to see if there's any way he can save her.
Yeah, no. Mechanically,
I know that. You told me this last time.
Yeah, I know. Mechanically, no, because no. But you can see where the knife actually. Roll me a medicine check.
Oh, I'm not good at these.
Need to get out of
that's a 7.
7. Even then, it is pretty, because anatomy is pretty. The where it is, it's pretty obvious. It's gone through her sternum, and you can tell that her legs are also off to not off to weird sides, but they're heavy, and you know that the knife was long enough. It's gone in, and it's you can tell that she doesn't have one left.
I feel like Sparky kind of just like holds her and like comforts her, and also very much holding both her and Marie in a very protective hold, and be like, "No, try me, bitch."
Oh. So Marie's there next to her. Okay.
Like he's kind of like holding both. Marie's like kind of on the standing up, kind of not.
Yeah. Before I explain what Anya's doing, saying, Marie, are you doing anything during this?
I'm just gonna look at her and just hold the side of her face and just, "Oh yeah."
I hate this. Okay. Yep. I hate Natalie's acting.
We were gonna get out together, Anya. We were gonna make it.
I hate being a DM.
You
Anya.
put yourself through this, Arnie.
Yeah, I know I did. I hate this. Okay, now I've got to act as Anya. We're good. Whew. Anya's continually gasping for breath, and you can hear her like wheezing. She's like, and she's like, don't worry, you'll still have time for that. She says, but I need to tell you something. She reaches up with her hand and pulls you closer to like, kind of, so she can whisper in your ear, and she whispers something to you, and she says, you need to keep this away from Hyde at all costs. You find a way to destroy this, and he's gone. He's gone for good. And then she goes, She goes and she says, I don't know where he is, but you need to find someone for me. He goes by the name Gray. He'll tell you what it is. He'll tell you how it, and then she starts gasping again. She's like unable to say anything more, and you see her eyes just gloss over. And Sparky, you would feel her go limp and in your arms. Yeah.
Obviously, I think Sparky's close enough to have heard the conversation, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. And yeah, you would be, but no one else would be. Because she's very
Sparky's literally holding
Then again, even when she's talking, it's very quiet. Yeah. And Aran would have run over, Aran being like beside, not unnaturally beside himself, but he considered Anya to be a good friend. And like he's not like out of character, like out of context. Aran is flaming homosexual. There ain't anything going on there. But yeah, Aran's like beside himself, running over to her. He takes her from Sparky and he just looks at Dio and give me a sec. I need to get out Aran's character sheet. You can hear him whisper something, and you just hear almost as if he was talking to Dio, and Dio's face just goes like blank. He cast. Actually, many spellcasters here. Hugo, roll me an Arcana check.
I need to look at my skills.
Once if Hugo figures this out, I think Castian might have this spell, but I don't know whether he'd know it. Like, as in, 16. If he 16, yeah, he cast message. He didn't cast like anything damaging to Dio, but he cast messages in like, "What have you done?" kind of thing. Well, you don't know what he said, but he casted message, and you could see Dio's face go from "I'm terrified" to might have a touch of humanity in there, but we're not going to talk about that. Doe's face is still completely focused on Hyde. Hyde, on the other hand, looks to Aran and just goes, "Bring her to me now." And Aran dead ass stares him down, goes, "And why should I do that when you're the one who ordered her to be killed?" And you just see Hyde go to reach for something, and then Araya's just like dead ass like grabs before Aran has a chance to do anything, just grabs Anya and brings her straight over to Hyde. Are you guys stopping her or doing anything like that? You're doing anything? You're just letting it happen?
Yeah. But yeah, Sparky's just kind of like, oh wait, also where's the tiny child in this?
Willen's not around Aran. Willen's been placed down in one of the audience seats, and Willen's just looks beside himself. He's never seen anything like this before.
So I feel like Sparky, upon noticing the child, with Marie still in his grasp, kind of like walks over to him and just kind of picks him up as well and just holds him to him.
Willen does a thing like a snake will do and just grabs and just hugs tightly, because even though Sparky's like a warforged, not like flesh and blood, doesn't matter to Willen. Willen's just like, comfort me now.
Yeah. So Sparky's kind of like there crying. In like protection mode with both Marie and Willen in his arms.
Mm-hmm. Hugo, are you doing anything currently?
Hugo's just like in a bit of a shock. Cause murder.
Yeah.
Also, may I get a layout on the exits of the tent?
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Wouldn't it be investigation?
The exits are fairly, like it's fairly, like the circus stage itself is actually fairly empty. So if you, it's more of a perception check. You don't need to investigate to find the doors. It's just looking around.
Why do you have to? Oh yeah, my perception's high though. It's good. Okay, that's like a 12.
Oh yeah. So where the trapeze is, I actually have a map up. I won't do because it's a battle map. I won't bring it up just yet. But so where the audience seats are, there's the audience seats. There's the trapeze on diagonally, and here, there's like a back room area where you guys would have been standing before backstage, and completely parallel to that is is the exit where the audience came in. The exit to the backstage area does have an exit to go out of the tent, but it's further away.
Yeah.
But
where's Hyde in this? Where's Hyde?
Hyde's closer to the backstage area, but as soon as Araya has given him Anya, he's like clicked, and he's just gone. He's dead, like he's just disappeared. And Dio and Do and Dio just look around a little bit. Do looks to Dio, and just goes like, "We need to go," and they start getting away. They haven't left yet, but they're leaving. What are you doing?
Marie's gonna start towards Dio, just kind of like getting down from Sparky and just kind of like giving him like a look like, give me a second, and just starting towards Dio.
What are you saying?
Cass is gonna follow,
Dio,
but leave a distance.
Yep.
You had no reason to do that. You had no reason to hurt her. You had no reason to tell
You have
her.
no idea who Hyde Rosel is. You have no idea what's going on right now at all. And you need to stay out of it for your own safety. Anya didn't.
I know who Hyde Rosel is. I have known for 4 years of my life. Enlighten me if I don't know about this situation.
I'm so intensely in love with Marie's accent. And roll me a persuasion check.
Oh dear
Oh
God.
no.
Oh God. Are my dice gonna betray me tonight? Let's find out. Maybe not. Let's see. Persuasion, you said? That is a 15?
Okay. Dio goes to say something. Do completely cuts him off and goes, absolutely not. And then they look at each other, almost having an internal conversation. But and you know that they've done this quite a lot. And then Dio's just like more of you can actually tell that Dio looks like he's showing more care and emotion. He genuinely looks like he wants to tell you. He wants to tell you for your, more of for your own safety. Do is absolutely not having it. Not because he cares less, but because something else he cares more for or cares more of, is more wary of. And Do just goes, if you want to get out of this place alive, you stay out of it. And then he goes, he stops for a second and then he looks around and then as if he's realizing, remembering something, he says, up on the trapeze, what did Anya tell you?
Not much. Why?
She told you anything, where something was, or gave you anything? You need to tell us now. I rolled a 17 on an intimidation check, just letting you know that.
Oh no.
Can you roll me a whiz saving throw?
Okay. 9.
Okay. You're not, it's not magical, you're not magically compelled, but
Mm-hmm.
you are beginning to become frightened of dough.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin, do something.
Just gonna.
What do you
Take a-
say?
She gave me a package, said it had nothing to do with Hyde. It was simply an heirloom that she got from someone that she wanted me to have in her honor.
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
God
The fact that you said package, my brain just went,
Dang it. Okay. Shout out to my garbage rolls. Natural 1. Shut
Yeah,
up. That was a 17.
I would advise you to give us this now, Dio says, and he goes, hang on, let me just check his actions.
God dang it. God dang it.
Let Castian do something.
Oh yeah, I will. He doesn't have any. I didn't give him any equipment, so he's just gonna reach for something. I would like Marie to roll initiative. Castian, if you're joining in, I would like you to roll initiative.
Yeah. He's
Natural
not
1. What?
He is not letting her get away with.
Natural one. That
that's
means
a
you
dirty
only.
20. That's a dirty.
Okay, hang on.
I'm so mad.
That's a 2 and a 7. That's a 2 and a 7.
Yes.
Did you try? What did you roll, Justin?
A dirty 20.
30, 20. I was like, if you said natural 20, hang on. I'm just giving them weapons. Give me a hand. Dagger. They need a dagger.
Oh,
They need...
I have great bonus actions. Wait.
Okay.
Okay, technically speaking, I don't want to be that person. But technically, wouldn't Marie just not have anything on her?
No, I have pockets.
Pockets.
Pocket.
I
have
would.
large
Okay,
pockets.
Natalie, because you were in your performance out like where I would say that you have your weapons on you, and you have like your weapons and your armor, and that's it. Okay, so we've started. I would like, now that we've rolled initiative, Hugo, you're at the top of the line. What do? You see Dio reaching for behind him and reaching to a quarterstaff.
I think that Hugo will cast blindness/deafness onto him.
Onto Doe. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's that passive
so-
bar he had? What happened there?
Constitution 13 is the saving and the attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an 8. So he's blind and deaf.
No, he's either blind or deaf. I choose blind.
Okay, which one? Blind? Cool.
Blind.
After I'll do his reaction on his go. Castian, it's your go.
All right. Cass is not dealing with anything. And so he's gonna once again go for Doe because he's not gonna. Nope. He's saying nope to Doe today.
Wait, sorry. Hugo, are you moving anywhere?
No.
Nope. Okay, cool. That's fine.
So Cass is just gonna pull out his Yickelwa, like put his longbow back, pull out his Yickelwa, and just let's see here. He's not gonna do anything. That is a 6. So.
Oh, yeah, nope. That is not the armor class. It is Doe's go. After just seeing like his vision just going black, he looks like shocked for a bit, but then he calms himself, and you see him look to Dio without actually like, because he knows where Dio is. Look to Dio. Dio lifts his arm, and you see Doe start to twist his fingers around as if casting a spell, but you see Dio's hand light up, and cast. Let's see if it works. That's a natural 20 towards Castian. He casts, thank God, he casts his Eldritch Blast.
Of course he casts Eldritch.
For
I
only,
know what they are.
How much?
hang on. That is, for only 9 damage. Thank God. But yeah, 9 damage.
You know, I still don't appreciate it.
Nope. He rolled a crit, and that was an Eldritch Blast. Warlock, my dude.
We
Yeah.
figured that out.
But yeah. Mm-hmm. So that is Doe's go. Sparky, what you doing, man?
Sparky, noticing the ever-escalating battle, not necessarily perceiving any direct danger to his location, but wanting to be sure after what happened with the trapeze, cast Sanctuary on Willen.
Oh, buddy. Yeah. So
Like he's very much holding onto the child. He's like, I shall protect the child.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Also, because Sanctuary is a bonus action.
Yeah.
With his action, he pulls out his crossbow.
Is he moving anywhere first?
He'll move slightly forward.
So 10 feet.
Well, yeah, that's probably good enough.
Yep.
So he pulls out his crossbow,
Mm-hmm.
and aims it at which one's okay. Blue is Castian, green is
Blue
Marie.
is Castian, Marie is green. The other Doe's in front of Maria currently.
Doe's the one who's blind, or Dio's the one who's blind?
Doe.
Okay. So I guess Dio. He's aiming at the shoulder ish.
Yeah.
A non-lethal shot. And that is a nat 20.
All right.
But just letting you know, natural 20s can't be non-lethal damage. But yeah, go for it. Roll damage. Fun fact: crits can't be natural. Crits can't be non-lethal.
So that's a.
Good to know.
That's a. Oops.
What was it?
That's an 18.
18 doubled.
No, an 8 doubled. It's 9 doubled.
Okay. Give me a sec.
No, I can't roll 18. I'm rolling a d8.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, what?
No,
You
it's
said
an
that's an
8
18?
doubled, which means
Okay.
a total of 18. Well, 9
Yep.
doubled because I get my bonus.
Mm-hmm. So it's 18. You hit it, the crossbow hits, and it hits Doe on the side. He looks rough. Like one more hit like that and he's gone. You see Dio look to Doe and look down at the crossbow bolt. Like almost go to just be like, my twin's about to die, and then realize something, goes, you know what? We're fine. And he will cast he's gonna cast Thunderclap. So that is so I would like Castian and Marie to make a Constitution saving throw.
God, dice do me well. My dice did me reasonably. 14.
16.
Right, so you both take half damage, but that's 5, so that's 2 damage? Yes,
Right.
Alright.
2 damage. That's not a lot. Still, Dio throughout this entire fight is looking very conflicted. Like he doesn't want to be in this fight. He actually doesn't want to be hurting any of you guys at all. But you know, he has to.
Yeah.
On that note, Araya, it's Araya's go. She's just gonna move. She's gonna move around as much as she can. 15, 20, 25, 30. She's making her way around to Willen, who is just in the seats. I'm not gonna put him on the battle map because he's not gonna fight. he's a child and beside himself and crying, so although it is Iran's go, and Iran is mad. Iran is definitely gonna have a go because he's mad. Let me have a look. Right. He is going to walk up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. He's going to go up behind them. He will get an opportunity attack from Dio. It's a 3. No, he won't. He is going to grab something out from a pouch that he has, and he's going, like, it's powder, he's rubbing it together, and you see lightning starting to coalesce around his hands. I've homebrewed burning hands. It's burning hands, but lightning. And that just makes it, but half damage, my dudes. That's 12, so that's 6 damage to Dio. So, Marie, it's your go. Because you rolled a natural 1, you only have a bonus action.
I know, that's fine. Bonus action, disengage. And before she actually moves, she just looks at Dio and goes, You
only have half your movement, by the way. Sorry.
Great. She just looks at Dio and just says, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to do any of this. I just want an explanation. And then disengage and go. It would be 25 halved, so it would be
Yeah. Pine, do you think making a check, is that an action?
Disengaging?
No, making a check. Like as in rolling. Like persuasion check.
Persuasion check? No, I don't think persuasion check would be an option because it's dialogue.
Yeah.
So if you don't count dialogue as an option, then persuasion wouldn't be an action.
Yeah. Backwards? Is she going backwards or to the side?
Yeah, she'll go backwards.
Roll me a persuasion check.
God, please do well.
Okay, yeah.
17.
Dio looks to the state that his brother is already in. Although it's not the most, you can tell he's not overly concerned. He's not as concerned as he should be about it, but he looks to that, and he looks to all of you guys. And yeah, he takes his brother and he goes, he's like, I don't want to fight you either. You let me take my brother and go and get out of here. And I'm not going to fight. I'm done. Like when he says I'm done, he's more just like, I'm done with this. Like, and he puts his hands up towards Cassian because he knows Cassian and kind of doing this to Iran, going like, I'm not gonna fight, but it's up to you guys. And actually, it's Hugo's go. So, are you choosing? You still get to do anything. If you guys are all disengaging, then we're out of initiative.
I think Hugo would disengage.
Sparky, Castian.
Sparky. Well, Sparky's like only not totally disengaging because he's afar. But I feel like Sparky's kind of like getting the situation, kind of like beckons for the others to kind of like come here.
Yeah. Castian, you going to?
Castian will disengage. Yes.
Oh, also he sheaths his crossbow.
Yeah. If you're not sure, roll the dice. Castian, are you disengaging?
Yes. Reluctantly, but he will, just because.
Yeah, okay.
Protect the southern bird ones.
Iran wouldn't have if you guys didn't all, because he looked ready to, he looked ready to.
If Cass didn't, Iran would have just murked some people.
Oh, yeah. So, we're out of initiative right now. So, after you guys agreeing to that, Doe just steps back. Dio is still looking around going, Dio, what are you doing? We need to, and then and Dio goes, you're fucking blind. we need to get out of there here before he comes back. And he takes Doe, and Doe's like fighting him like the entire way, trying to reach back towards you guys, and he's just taking him away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Dio turns back and says, "You need to get that to Gray now." And you go, "Hang on."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he knows Gray.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like Sparky at this point is like has basically like beckoned everyone to him. Is like, okay, we've been told to go by multiple people. Let's leave.
Araya
It's not a good place for a child.
Araya looks to you guys and goes, "Yeah, we need to get out. We need to get out of here now." And Iran's just like, "Bloody hell, no, we're not. We gotta get a few things first. I'd like to get my hands on some of those things in Hyde's bloody office." He's fuming.
He's like kind of a very sad looking goes, but also like a very, he's smad. It's a smad look. He just goes, "I'd like to get my hands on a thing or two in there as well."
Araya's looking to both of you going, "You want to go in his bloody office? I don't think so. We're gonna get out of here."
And then Sparky's like, "That's not the smartest idea. Castian, did you forget what happened to the janitor?"
Cass just kind of doesn't give a shit.
Iran's just like, Iran just goes to walk off, then stops, and then looks back to Willen, and he looks to Willen, and goes, he's like, "Buddy, you know what's in there. What do you think we should do?" Willen goes and looks up, and like he's been crying this entire time. He's been upset. He's like
Sparky's being like trying his best, like he's kind of like comforting him a little bit, like rocking him.
He's like, "We need it, Dada, we need it." And he's sobbing. He's the entire time. He's like, "We need it, Dada, please." And Iran just nods and just like, "Don't worry about me. I've stolen a few things or two in my life." And then looks to Cass and he's like, "You're coming, buddy?"
Yes, Cass is definitely coming.
Two of them.
Marie's going because Cass is going.
I'm tipping Sparky isn't.
So
Right.
Sparky's like, he's like looking at the two situation is like, okay, they're going into danger. I did promise to protect the small one, but there is an actual child in my arms, so let's not.
Yeah, Araya's refusing. She's like, "Fine, you two want to go get yourself bloody killed. Do you want to make..." And then she stops as Iran just glares at her, looks to Will and glares at her, and she's like, "You know what? You decide what you want to fucking do with your life. I'm staying here and staying alive." Goes and plops herself down right next to Willen and just crosses her arms and glares at Iran.
Willen is still very much in Sparky's arms. I will just like to point that out.
Well, then she's sitting next to Sparky. Yeah.
Also, if
like Sparky's like, "I've made this my new priority. I am not letting this child go."
Yeah, if Sparky tried to come with Willen, Arad and Cass would have gone, sit.
Yeah.
Hugo, not let that happen.
Are you going to the office or are you staying here? Because Araya
goes over to where the band is and just grabs his instrument. And then he's like, "Let's go get in some danger."
Grabs his weapon.
Araya will then look to Sparky.
Ukulele.
Before you guys go, Araya is going to look. Well, you guys will head off. As you're heading off, Araya will look to Sparky and goes, Well, we do need to get a couple of things. We need to get their things. We need to get, things for staying bloody alive that Iran is too man to think about bloody alive." And then, yeah. We love it.
And Sparky's like, Sparky kind of agrees.
Mhm.
It sort of like, kind of twists Will and like kind of like caps him and like, "Is there anything you need to get, little one?"
Willen's just, it's like, Willen just looks up, he says, just what Dada's getting. We need what? It's like, we need the magic ball that Fish Dada lost, and we need to get him back. And then it's just, he takes a couple of, like, he's taking, like, sobbing breaths. It's like, we need to get Fish Dada back. He's gone, and we need him, and Dada's sad because of it. And he's like mumbling now. He's almost incoherent.
So Sparky's like kind of like rocks him a bit, and it kind of like pets him, like your papa will get him back, and is like like kind of like reassures him.
Yeah.
As he goes with Araya to whatever they need to get.
I will up you that in a sec. Let's go to Aran, Castian, Hugo, and Marie. How are you guys approaching this? Hyde's office.
Well, first of all, on the way back, can I just casually... Is there a possibility of Cass just cure wounds on the way there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Use a spell slot, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll for that, or other than the amount, since we're not...
You need to... No, you need to roll the amount of health you get back. That's it.
Yeah, okay. Good to know. That is 9. Cool.
Yeah. Back up to full, my dude. Yeah, so you guys...
It's not full yet.
Hyde's office, which I've explained a little bit in session 1, Hyde's office is just a separate tent, but it's TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside than it is the outside, but not too much bigger. Just, I want to be fancy bigger. How are you guys approaching this?
Cass is gonna... Is it open? Are they just walking in? Or do they have to go through something?
No, it's just a tent. There's only really a tent flap, but Hyde's always never really locked his office. It's just a tent.
Okay. So
the warlock doesn't hide his office.
That's concerning. That's very concerning. Casses. Can I do an Arcana check by any chance to see if there's like any sort of magical?
Investigation.
Investigation?
Investigation first.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 13.
Yeah. You look around, you don't see anything on the tent flap itself. You're able to like walk in, and you see when you like if you look in, you're able, like, there's nothing you can't see anything stopping you if you're walking in. Do you walk in?
Cass is gonna look at Aran and say, "How do you want to do this?" Probably.
Critical Role style. How do you want to do this?
Oh god.
So Aran just looks, and he's still fuming. He's still like, you've never seen Aran this angry before fuming, but you can still tell he's got control of himself. He's not like storming in there. He looks, he goes, he's like, you know what? He looks at the three of you, and then just like sighs and's like, already bloody curse. What's another one? Walks straight in. Nothing happens to him. He's like, well, for first thing, I'm bloody fine. There's nothing on me, but you might want to check this out.
Uh-oh. Cass is gonna walk in.
Yeah.
Marie is staying in the middle of the three. She has things she doesn't want taken from her.
Hugo's fault.
You guys walk in, and what was a once grand office is almost completely empty. It looks like somebody's just taken everything out. And then you go to put, you go in and you know where the swords are. You can see there's dust marks around, like a perfect dust mark of like the sword holder and everything like that. And it doesn't look like it's been moved. It looks like it's just like disappeared. There are a couple of things in there though. There are, there's the trunk of clothes, and on Hyde's desk, very plainly put out, is a single brown horn and the black pearl.
That motherfucker.
Just placing it there.
Oh, that bitch.
Absolutely nothing else is in there. You can like all of the furniture is there, but any of the other contents or anything else, on first glance, you can't see anything.
Marie's just gonna say, he knew we were gonna come.
And Cass is just gonna go, this is rigged.
Aran goes to pick up the pearl, then thinks, and then he just like walks back from it And he checks himself. He's like, doesn't have anything. He looks, and then he looks kind of a little sheepishly to the three of you and goes, "Do you have a piece of cloth or something that could pick that up? You probably shouldn't touch that with your hands."
Is now a good time to do an Arcana check? To figure out if there's any sort of magic that's gonna, like, screw them over if they touch this stuff?
If you go over and if you go any closer to the pearl with, like, air hands, Aran's gonna stop. He's gonna put an arm out. He said, "Don't you touch that bloody thing. That thing's what made me look like this."
It's not gonna...
Marie's gonna pull out her shawl.
Mhm.
I got this circlet now, but part of me is scared this ain't gonna work.
Are you gonna use the shawl to
She's gonna pull it over
pick it
and
up?
just like hold it like a makeshift bag almost.
Yeah. I'm gonna say make a sleight of hand check to make sure you don't touch it.
Oh God.
Oh no. Don't
Come on, my
Marie,
dice
please.
hate me so much.
Please, Artie.
That went off my table.
I would say you know what, I'll give you advantage for that. I will give you advantage for that.
Oh, you are my favorite person on the planet.
Oh, she's my least favorite person on the planet.
Okay. Not too bad. That is a 13.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, pick up.
Great.
Yeah,
The
you
other
pick it up
one
and
was a
then-
natural one.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
pick,
so
yep.
happy you gave me advantage.
Okay. 13, that's fine. If you had rolled a natural one, I would have had to think something on the fly. We love being a DM. As soon as you pick it up and you wrap it up and you make sure you didn't touch anything, like Aran like checks you over and just like, okay. He goes through and he says, Can I take it from you? Because he knows the shawl is. I don't mind if you keep hold of it, but that thing's dangerous.
Yeah, I know. She
Takes
hands
it.
it over and just kind of looks at the shawl a little bit. Just
Yeah. He takes it, puts it in a pocket.
This whole
Give me a
time,
sec.
as soon as, like, they've stopped focusing on the pearl...
Okay, you're gonna
Cass
deal
is
with that later.
That scares me.
No, just Aran. No, this is a personal event. A personal deal with Aran. Aran had to roll a dice. That's fine.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Poor Ron. But Cass is just this entire
Pearl
time
is dealt with.
Cass is just
What else?
staring at the horn. He's
Hugo, are you?
mad.
Because it's everything that's disappeared. It's all on like you don't know if anything's like disappeared inside cupboards and stuff. You just know that they're placed there and the things on the shelves have all gone. The furniture's still there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hugo's just gonna just watch what's gonna happen. Like he's just confused, you know? Like what happened here? A little bit wary.
If you want to look around, you can. I'll make you roll an investigation check.
I'll do that then.
Yeah.
If I can get my phone open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, investigation. That is a 5.
5.
Fun.
Literally, the only thing I can allow you to find is dead-ass a drawer that's locked. You find a locked drawer. That's it. You don't find anything else.
Very useful.
Yeah. If you want to, like, you just have found it locked. You don't know what is, like, you know that there's just a simple lock on it. It doesn't have anything else on it. Back to Castian. What are you doing with this little thing on the desk?
Cass. I feel... Cass is just having a moment. I'm having a moment.
Okay. Hang on. Roll me. Yep. Give me a sec to find out what you're rolling. Roll me an insight or investigation, your choice.
I have advantage on both. so
Okay.
it would be the same
advantage?
number.
Proficiency.
Proficiency, not advantage.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Advantage.
I love how I say I'm tired. It's like 7 p.m. It's fine. That is a 13.
Cool. You look at it and you look at it more, and I would have given. I'm giving it to you anyway, but I'm now thinking I probably would have given you advantage. You've passed it. You take another look at it, and you can tell it's not who you think it is, but it looks increasingly similar. It isn't who you think it is, but it's still got the same markings. It's still got the same, like, it looks like it could, like, it looks like it could be like a family member. Like somebody close to let's say Ron, close to said person, but close to said person, but it's not him. You know it's not him for sure. Because the things that are different, the gold markings, you know that they aren't, like, they're genetic. Like, that's part of him. It's not like a tattoo or anything. They're different markings. You know that the horn shape is still exactly the same, but the markings are different.
This is just, my gears are turning now.
Yeah, what are you doing? Castian knows that this isn't him, that it isn't.
But it does look like it belongs to a family member.
Yeah,
So
well, something of that sort, yeah.
Or something of that.
Like a family member, or like, well, I guess you can only be family member, don't worry. Like family member or sibling, then I realized.
That is a family member.
Yeah, family member.
I'm trying to figure. Cass is gonna see that. He's gonna go, alright. Not his, but it's this person's. In his mind, it's one person or it's the other.
Yeah.
So he's probably gonna go.
Yep. Are you going to pick it up?
Yes.
Okay. You pick it up. It's fine. I've just been waiting for you to pick it up.
Yeah.
Hugo.
My gears are turning. Sorry, I am very.
Yeah. Hugo, you've seen this. Hugo, you've seen this locked box. Are you going to tell anyone about it? Try to do anything?
He's curious. He kind of wants to open it. Try to open it.
Okay. It's locked. Hearing it jingle, hearing it shake. Marie, I would say you heard it. Like everyone heard. Like,
yeah.
Hugo just trying to go.
Hugo, dear, you need a set of thieves' tools for that.
Drawer.
I will allow you if you want to make it. If one of you wants to make a strength check to try and break the lock or just get the drawer out, think about how you would do that. But I will allow you to make a roll for
it. What's everyone's strength modifier?
+1.
+0.
I will make a one. Okay, well, I'll let one of you roll an advantage if a couple of you are helping.
Aran's is also a +1. I have Aran's character sheet up as well because.
Oh right, because it's on the campaign.
It's in the
campaign, and it doesn't give me backstory notes or anything, but
yeah,
like that would matter though, because that's fine. I'll roll a strength check because I have a +1 modifier. We all have the same modifier. It's
at advantage.
At advantage.
Cool. What's advantage? How much is advantage?
Roll 2 d20s and take the higher one.
Cool. And 14.
Okay. Just I gotta do the armor class of the wooden box.
Of the lock. The metal item.
Armor class of the wooden drawer. That was a face. What was the face?
Armor class is 15. I will, because you're trying multiple times, I would say that it takes you about 5 minutes to actually get it open, so you don't get it open straight away because of that. Rather than, like, getting it
Eddie,
one go.
What was that?
Open the drawer.
The nice beat of the drawer. Trying to open it.
You open the drawer, and,
Alright.
You open the drawer and you see papers, and then you open the other drawers and you see that there are more papers, something that you have the feeling that Hyde doesn't expect people to go through go through the drawers, just take what's on top, because he's got very much it's very much those the glowing weapons and the other stuff is very much more distractions. So people go, oh, I'm gonna go steal this, rather than what's in his drawers. He's very arrogant like that. Looking through the papers. Who is looking through the papers? Who has the highest investigation? Roll an advantage.
I have +3 investigation.
Nope.
Okay, well, if Cassian has +3,
Yes.
Oh my god.
Ron has +5. I'm gonna roll.
Ron!
Cool.
Yes!
Ron, let's go.
Yes!
Oh, one's cocked. Oh,
We
that's cocked
stand
again.
the stupid Genasi man. That's
It was 18. Why did I roll it? Okay, 18. He gets out a piece of paper. His face goes blank, and he shows it out to you. And it's a birth certificate from 400 years ago. It has the name Anya Hyde.
I fucking knew it. Where's my notebook? Hold on.
It has the name Anya Hyde on it, not Anya Rosel, Anya Hyde. Yeah. You look through more again, and you look through more again, and you see correspondence, and you see different correspondence. None of which it's more business correspondence, and Hyde's name is written as Rosel Hyde. Hyde's just been a little bitch and has been call me Hyde. His last name is actually Hyde.
He's just a little shit like that. Okay.
Yeah, Anya's last name is Hyde. That's all you really get from that. But yeah.
Oh shoot.
I need another pen. This pen is a piece of shit. Hold on.
G2. G2.
Who's closest to the door?
Probably you
No.
Is Hugo trying to open the... Around was the one actually looking through the papers, so who's closest to... Actually, no. All of you roll me... what's your passive perception?
My passive.
Scroll down,
14?
it's on this screen.
Okay.
Passive
It's
additional.
down at the bottom.
Got it.
Yeah. So I've got a
13.
14.
13? 14? What's yours?
It says 11. What does that mean?
Okay, it's
That's
11
Which
then.
means that's your
Perception.
passive perception.
That's a 10, so all of you start hearing footsteps.
Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
Christ.
You guys are probably... Ron just takes the paper and takes the birth certificate and just stuffs it in his pocket, checks to make sure the pearl is still there, and just looks at you guys like we need to go.
Is there any other way out of this room?
There's only one door, but you can hear the footsteps are coming from behind you.
Circlet of disguise. Can she put it on?
Yeah? What do you think you're doing?
And she's going to turn into Dio.
Okay.
And she's gonna be like, this is just for safety in case whoever's out there approaches.
If you want to roll me a performance check to make sure that you get the look of Dio.
Okay.
You do have a very high performance. Don't you have plus 11?
I have a +4.
Oh, I thought you had a
plus
that's it.
11.
I think Marie was
That's a
higher.
little
I'm at
too
level 3,
stacked
ma'am.
for
Yeah.
third level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of higher Araya. That's right.
Oh, dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Exactly like Dio. It's kind of, to everyone else, it's kind of slightly unnerving. But yeah, Hugo, what you doing? To get out. If you're going out the door, roll me a stealth check. Roll me a stealth
Okay.
check.
Okay.
Ron's just gonna misty step.
Me.
He's gonna misty step. Not as in he does it after he sees you guys escaping. He's not getting out of there and leaving you guys behind.
Just leaving us all behind.
No, he's not doing that. He's waiting until you guys try to escape, and then he actually looks to Cassian and just winks, and then misty steps.
I rolled 11.
11? Yeah, you're fine. It was
Yeah.
DC for that was 10. You're good.
Yeah.
Good
Marie
dabbling.
will also attempt to leave.
Stealth?
Sneak
Attempt to
out.
stealth? Roll
Yes.
a stealth check.
Stealth. My stealth isn't trash. But that roll certainly was 10.
You make it just. DC was 10. You guys quickly make your way, like, you two make your way out. Cassian, what are you doing? Iran's just winked at you and Misty stepped.
Cass is probably just gonna sigh and then follow Marie.
What's your roll for stealth?
That was a 13 on the dice. That's 16.
Yeah, no, cool. Makes it. Yeah, you guys make your way. You make your way to where Iran's Misty stepped, which is like kind of like in a, like next to the, like to the side of the tent where you saw Iran before, but a little bit closer because that wasn't more than 20 feet away. But it's 30 feet. 30 feet. It was more than 30 feet away, so it's a little bit closer. But he's out of view, so you guys stealth your way in there, and as you look back, you see Doe and Dio making their way into the tent, and that's why I got so like.
Yeah! I was either going to turn into Araya or Dio.
Yeah, well, you saw Dio, and you saw Doe, and you see Dio helping Doe in there, and you don't quite catch the conversation, you're too far away.
As soon as Marie sees that, she drops the disguise. She's like, no.
To drop the disguise, you have to take off the circlet.
Yeah, she takes it off and just shoves it in her pocket again.
Okay. You guys make your way back. Sorry for waiting, but like back to Sparky and Araya and Willen. So you guys know that a lot of the stuff, a lot of just general stuff is backstage, and I will say what you guys have like in your like if you guys have explorer packs or like bedrolls and all that, I will say that you guys gather like you and Araya can just gather that stuff up, so like you just have it split like
and specifically and Sparky would know where Marie kept her stuff since he was there when she dropped it off.
Yeah. And personalized things you guys would have to go like you guys would before you leave would have to go to tents and stuff like that, so like personal clothing items and stuff like that, but you can get rope, you can get bedrolls, you can get food. When you guys go in there, you see the three dwarves looking up and they're just sitting there like just talking like really quietly, and they look and they see you three, and then they look to Araya and they go, what are you guys gonna do? You're gonna have to get out of here, it's not safe. And Araya just says, yeah, I've let you know that. I've been here for like what, 50 years, 100 years? Fucking hell. And the dwarves look to you. Jerry looks up to you and goes, well, I'm sorry for the bad introduction, but I swear we're kind of good sometimes, just not when the bloody evil man's here. And then Gary looks and goes, that evil man though. Gary looks and yeah, man. And Jerry just looks, what the fuck's you bloody doing? We're to be married here. They both look back and goes, yeah, we're married, but you can have a look and you can appreciate attractiveness. They just start arguing for a little bit between themselves on whether High Rosel is attractive. But then they look back up to the two of you, and I see Araya just shaking her head, going, "Oh my god!" They look to you and go, well, what are you planning to do with the little one? Did you have any plans before you were bloody taken by the Dr. Sexy Man? Looks to Gary, and Gary just like his chum.
Was that question directed at Willen or me?
You. What are you doing with the little one? Willen's still wrapped around you.
Okay. I'm assuming I do believe he is coming with us.
Willen just goes, I need to find a fish, Dad. Jerry looks, and they all look and says, they sigh, and they say, Willen, you're probably not going to want to see what you find. And Willen's like, I'm going to find him. And you see him get mad, and you see like bottles of water, and you see like water start to like go out as he starts to cast shape water, is like starts to do it. And then Jerry's like, yeah, okay, you'll find him. Looks to Araya. Araya just sighs and then looks to Sparky and is like, I'll tell you later.
And then Sparky's like, hey, calm down, little one. There's no need for the theatrics.
Willen just looks straight to you, dead, and she's like, I'm going to find him.
I believe you, little one.
And Jared looks back to you and is like, yeah, but so did you have any plans beforehand? Do you have any people you can go to? You can tell that they're not treating you like a robot, they're treating you like a person.
And then Sparky's because I'm assuming for this part, like the workshop that Sparky obviously woke up in is still like existent. It's just, you know, like it's kind of like abandoned.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't know. You'd have to go back there.
Oh yeah,
you know where it is. It's in Metallan.
Yeah, and when he woke up, it was like nobody was there.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
yeah, because we're not talking about the creator.
No, nobody was there at the time when you woke up. It wasn't abandoned, just nobody was there.
Yeah. So Sparky's like, sort of. I was on the search for somebody when I got deactivated.
Gerald, no, Gary looks at me and goes, well, hope you find him, buddy. I think.
Thank you.
And they'd been looking between the three of them, and they're like, I think. Well, we've been talking about it, and well, I mean, now is a pretty good chance to get out of here as well. I mean, we talked to Uthal earlier. He kind of got Keothi out of the whole shebang and stuff like that, and we're probably going to go our own separate ways with Uthal, pair up with him. He's bigger than we are. He could probably carry us if need be. We're good with him.
And Cirque is like, well, I wish you luck then.
Araya looks to you guys and goes, Araya's just like sighs and just like, because Gary looks up and goes, you come with us, Araya? Araya looks to him and goes, I would, but no offense, I'd rather have nothing. I'd rather. I need to go somewhere completely different from here. And honestly, I need to see where this thing pans out. I'm way too worried for bloody Iran and his bloody plans. I had to go see if he's not doing well right now. And honestly, Willen needs a better parental figure than what he's been right now. Yeah.
Also,
it's just beside himself thinking, I need to find him. Doesn't pay a writer any mind.
Sparky kind of takes this opportunity to kind of like slip out a bit and go collecting the things. So he pulls out a couple materials out of his belt, kind of like crafts around with them. His hands kind of glow as he does it. I feel like Willen's just kind of like looking over in like interest, and emerges from his hands and from the materials is a bag of holding.
You can do that?
I can make a bag of holding.
I love artificers.
Because artificers can replicate certain magic items, one of which includes a bag of holding.
Okay.
And so he kind of like he then proceeds to use Willen's tail, and kind of like shovels things. He uses his hands and Willen, to sort of shovel things into the bag.
Okay.
Which he then ties to his waist. He then kind of tucks in one of his pockets afterward once he's done.
Yeah. When you do this, you don't see anything, but Willen picks it up and just lets it land on his finger. A bee lands on his finger and he looks at it. It's not like he's not afraid of it stinging him because Willen and animals just work. He's like, looks at it and goes, I can't speak to this one. Odd. Then he Willen being Willen, he just flicks it off him. Bee goes straight to the ground and you see Borelli up here.
I was like, that's not a bee.
Really? Yeah, bee not a
I
bee.
knew exactly.
Bee not bee. Bee not bee.
He just looks up and and looks to Araya's just Araya dead ass just as soon as Varelli hits the floor, Araya just pulls a power move and just slams the foot down on like Varelli's collarbone, keeping her down. Araya looks down and goes, and what do you think you're doing? Varelli looks up and says, Sierra does think you're going to escape Hyde. You and I both know how exactly he is. And Araya just looks down and goes, just ultimate. Sparky wouldn't get this. You know what, Sparky, roll an insight check. I'm gonna make Willem roll an insight check because he's in the same boat as you are, man.
Okay, that's 13. That's not bad. That's 13.
Willem rolled a natural 1.
But you know
Willen's
that
just like,
tracks.
yeah. I might just make Willen's inside checks natural ones from now on. Looks down. You can tell that these two have known each other for an abnormally amount of time, and you can tell that Araya's just... The look on Araya's face is something of, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this to you specifically, but bitch, you cross me, and things are gonna change. Varelli just looks up and goes, your funeral. Wild shapes into a snake, slithers away. Underneath Araya's foot, as she's wild shaping Araya, she's like, yuck. Slithers away. By then, you guys, by this time, all of you guys would have ended up being able to meet up. I'm assuming I will allow you guys to just go to your tents and gather up personal items. So you guys can, you guys will notice that Hyde is nowhere to be found. Like, searching throughout the entire circus, you can't find him anywhere.
And I did say what we left off on was Sparky was gonna roll to see if anything was like there was anything special while he was gathering supplies.
I'm not even gonna make
an
an
investigation
check. Nothing special.
Cool.
There's like mechanically wise, you're gathering up the items that you guys already have in your equipment. All of the stuff that you are currently in the backstage area, that's what you're grabbing, and that's it. The only special things would have been in Hyde's office. And if you guys have a look
I think
at
probably
sorry. Continue, sorry.
I was gonna say Sparky probably grabs a bit of like extra rope.
Mm-hmm.
Like just I feel like a couple of the extra things that would be lying around like rope and shit.
Yeah.
He Sparky grabs some extra of it.
Yeah. If you just as a side note, if you guys do go into where Sparky, where you first woke up, nothing there. Yeah, absolutely.
Sparky's like I don't.
Yeah, even then, just letting you know, it's like exactly like Hyde's office. It's completely gone.
Yeah, but like Sparky's like I don't want to go back to the place that is like a Warforged graveyard. We don't need to go there. I have a child to take care of.
Yeah, Willen will then look to you, and as you guys you guys will probably meet beforehand, but Willen keeps getting you to go to where him and Iran stay, which is they do have a tent, but it's considerably smaller than the other ones because they have a tank. They don't need anything else. Yeah, but Iran,
So I'm assuming in that case, since Willen is very eager, I'm assuming Iran's going there, right?
Yeah, Iran will be going there, and because the tents, the personal tents are right near Hyde's tent. Like Hyde's is off to the side, but you guys, the way that you would walk to the personal areas, you guys will overcross, and you guys will meet up at that point if you're going on Hyde.
Okay, and in that case, once they meet up, Sparky will just follow Iran to his and Willen's tent.
Iran would look at you, just reach out for Willen. Willen will unwrap, rewrap, and Iran would go, Mate, I get everything that you've done, but I need to grab a couple of things that are a bit personal. I'd rather you didn't follow me. We'll
okay, and then Sparky's like,
yeah.
Sparky just kind of nods and then proceeds to follow Marie.
Yeah. You guys go and gather up your things. If you want to describe what your caravans look like, go ahead. They're not really much to look at. If you guys haven't decided, that's cool. You do notice, however, you guys pass the animal cages where Castian works at. You notice there's horses. There are horses there. And you do know that the caravans are pulled by horses, if you guys want to take one. But you guys would have to choose whose would be taken.
Like who? Like oh, okay. I'm assuming.
Whose
Okay.
caravan? Like who the person that lived? Like it's not necessarily theirs because it's Hyde's, but like whose like caravan is in like who lives in their caravan.
Whose caravan is going to be the cleanest?
Araya
Who has
would
the
be
least stuff? Where there would be the most room? Because
Araya. Okay, Araya will look because Araya's there. Let's not bloody Iran's. You would know that.
yeah.
And
it
then-
would probably be Cass's or Araya's, because Cass is very...
Sparky, hearing this, if you want to comment, roll an insight check. If not, don't worry about it. If you want to comment on what Castian said.
Sorry, what did Castian say?
So Araya said, well, Iran's definitely isn't. You'd know about that, Castian. And Castian goes, yeah. If you want to comment on that.
I feel like Sparky would just immediately think, oh, they're referring to like the tank. I feel like Sparky would be like,
Just leave it that.
would be like,
Yeah.
oh, he's thinking about the tank and the fact that Will and Castian are really good, like, buddies.
They are good buddies.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
They are buddies. Oh.
You know what? Castian?
Yeah.
Roll me a history check with advantage.
That...
Hugo, would yours be considerably clean? Do you think
Yeah.
Hugo would? Yeah. You could
Yeah.
you could say that, but Castian,
Okay, that's 18.
I don't know if you want to do this, but Cynthia's caravan is clean as in nothing's out of place. It's so clean. It's not empty, but it's perfectly clean. Then Araya's one, you would have been to Araya's not for that reason, because Araya isn't about that.
Cass isn't about that
yeah.
either.
You would have gone to Araya's cabin because you know that all of you are considerably close. Araya's is, it's not necessarily messy, but it's very personalized. If you added your own personalized items in there, it would be fine, but it's very much, it's got a lot of Araya's personal belongings. Aran's is just,
Chaos.
it's organized chaos. Everything has a
He
place,
has a
and
small
Aran,
child living with him.
yeah. Also, Aran can find everything in his cabin, no problem, but nobody else can.
So it's my room. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Do
my
I
desk
can
back
around?
there.
Wait, hold on.
Um,
Cass has like almost nothing because his whole thing is he didn't plan on staying forever. His whole thing is he's here until he has what he needs and he can leave. That was his goal. So he didn't really personalize his cabin very much.
so
there's
if Castian
I'd
says
probably
that,
do
what
Cass's.
it's honestly it's up
Because
to you guys.
he probably wouldn't steal Cynthia's because he doesn't want an angry contortionist trying to kill him.
Also, question: would anybody comment on the fact that it doesn't look like Sparky's carrying like anything?
Araya would look to the bag of holding and go, nice.
Well, yeah, because she was there when she gathered the stuff, but
Yeah.
I kind of meant the
Yeah,
other
but
way.
when he starts putting his stuff in, she would have gone, nice. And then Aran wouldn't have commented on it because he wasn't really focusing on that sort of stuff. He's very in his own head right now. It's
Cass
not
is
going
still
well.
very smad, so he probably wouldn't have commented on it. He
Marie and
would've
Hugo,
noticed.
would you have commented on the endless bag?
I've got
Or
a
the fact-
pretty
yeah.
high passive perception, so she probably would have noticed. And,
Yeah, I feel like
Sparky,
Marcus. Yeah,
you
good.
you mentioned grabbing our things, but you have quite literally nothing on you. It's all like yeah.
And Sparky, so a little compartment opens on like Sparky's leg, and he just pulls out a bag, where it's like a little,
Yeah.
and he's like, "It's a bag of holding."
Roll a history check.
God dang it.
Hugo, roll a history check. Castian, roll a history check.
Ha!
I'm gonna roll one for Araya, would already know.
Oh, garbage. That's a 10.
That's also a 10.
Hugo,
Come on,
That's a
Hugo, give us a
6.
10.
all of you are like, bag of holding. Yeah.
Yeah. A bag.
If you pull, I am assuming Sparky would then go to pull something large out to prove that, like, and stick whole
Yeah.
hand in. Yeah. You would
Yeah,
see
I feel like
that.
Smokey would just kind of like a magician's trick, just start pulling out some of the rope.
Yeah.
Dear
Sparky
God.
Kins Mary Poppins confirmed.
Well, I mean, children. But anyway, yeah, you guys, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Are you guys going into Castian's caravan? Like,
Castian.
up to you guys.
Not an angry contortionist.
You guys agree with that?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, you guys gather up your personal items, you put them all into, Castian's caravan, and, Castian, when you go into Castian's cabin, you do see that it is fairly, like, unpacked, like, not unpacked, packed up, like, as in it hasn't been unpacked. Will they see anything in particular on anything, Castian?
See, that's up to probably a perception check because he does have something. He has one basically personal item-ish that's in there. But
Yep, well then roll perception checks to see if you guys see it. Investigation. Perception. No, you guys aren't investigating. You aren't going through things. Perception.
That would be.
that's a very, very big frown from Miss Marie Anderson.
Well, I mean,
15.
Araya rolled a natural 20, so
15.
16.
Okay.
Absolute trash.
Oh,
I have no need to share it.
okay. Everyone but Marie.
It is a drawing, and y'all know that Cass has no artistic ability, so you know he didn't do it. It is a drawing of what looks like Cass and another man, who's a tiefling. Just sitting next to each other and looking.
Is it
very
colored?
happy. It is not colored. It's a drawing. It's a sketch.
Right, yeah. Okay.
And it's
Around-
just framed on his. It's just framed and it's sitting next to his bed.
Okay. On that, when you guys put your personal items in, Aran has gathered his in like a bag. You see him come in now, and you see him wearing a long yellow, almost like faded yellow coat, and it's long. You see he's taken off his armor. He's put like a white button-up shirt, dark pants. And yeah, but you see him wrap this coat around him, and you see woolen wrapped around the coat. And you see Willen wearing a very like patched stone. It looks like it's the same curse as around, and you also see the patches of the coat are also like it looks like it's got stone on it, not stone within it, and like Aran is just brushing it off. Like bits of like cracked stone that has been left there. Like as if it's been turned to stone and then unturned to stone, but things are still like left behind, like it's been covered in stone. You'll see him been brushing it off. You'll see the hat that hasn't been brushed off quite yet, and Willen is like brushing it off. Aran is sneezing because Willen is brushing it off into his face, and puts it on awkwardly. And you can tell that the hat is most probably Aran's, but he's putting it on awkwardly, going, "I am pirate now." You see Aran walking in and goes, "Huh, nice cabin, Castian." Will dump his stuff down and goes, "So I'm tipping we're taking this one on the horses?"
And then Sparky's like, I believe that was the plan.
Aran and Araya is just pissed off at Aran right now, so she's not looking at him. She goes, "We probably should leave a couple for, I know Gerald, Gary are all, planning to get out of here. I think they mentioned gathering a Uthal and a couple of other people, so I would prefer if we left a couple of horses.
I mean, I would assume we'd only take the ones we need to pull the carriage.
Yes. So you guys will, Araya will offer to go do that, and Aran stays behind. You see Aran holding the coat around himself. Not like as if he's not just wearing it, it's just like he's like wearing it. Yeah. He's just sitting on the edge of the caravan, and he goes, well, that was a lot. Managed to escape and then lost a friend in the same day.
Marie's gonna sit down next to him.
He ruffles her feathers.
Well, I certainly did.
Oh.
We're gonna make it out.
Aran will look up to Hugo and go, I'm gonna miss the music that you guys play though. That was fun.
Hey, still plenty of music with me around.
Fiddling.
Come on.
Aran will look to Hugo and go, I'll have to teach you some songs about my home place one time. Fit-in music is bloody brilliant. Hugo, roll me a history check.
Oh, 20.
Natural 20, cool. Yeah, you would, being from where you were from, you would have heard of Firin as as a hub trading place. You would also know, rolling a natural 20, you would know that it's frequently occupied by pirates. Frequently, there are a lot of them. And knowing Ivorin prefers to actually trade with the Water's Edge, which is a bit nicer in the fact that it's more one-occupied. And even that they will go past the Firin Cove to trade with Water's Edge. They will not trade with Firin. Because Firin is known for its piracy. Known. And yeah, so knowing that that Aran is from Firin, or would say that he's saying that he's from Firin, you would notice this. You would be like, from place of pirates? Would notice the hat and go, wait, hang on. Is Aran a pirate? Do you say that? Pirate question mark?
Yes, Hugo would.
Aran looks and just laughs and says,
And Cass just kind of chuckles.
well, I mean, we prefer revolutionaries, but I guess you could call us that. Well, then we'd go, no, I want to be a pirate when I grow up, and Aran's just like, yeah, you bloody well be. Like, as a joke. And Aran's just like, yeah, fixes the hat and goes, Dad was a pirate too. Fish Dad. Aran's face immediately, of this conversation now, and by the time that is Araya comes back. By that time, Araya comes back.
Are we gonna have a problem?
Yes. Yeah, and you guys will attach the horses. You guys will make your way out. Again, you're not stopped by Hyde, because Hyde is nowhere to be found, like, at all. Doe and Dio also, again, making the deal with you. You see Dio, and you, like, as you guys are making your way out, like, you guys haven't even left yet. You're packing things up. You're putting it into the caravan. You guys will look back and see Doe and Dio standing there, just watching you guys leave. You'll see Varelli go from snake to human, looking beside them and just glaring. Varelli's glaring. Dio's looking like, I wish I could go with you guys. And Doe's looking like, I wish I could murder you guys. Yeah. You guys head off. As you guys start to, like, head out of the campsite area, Aran will just, from his bag, will just pull out a map. He'll be like, and we'll turn to Will and says, what does every good pirate have? And we'll be like, a map! And then we'll go and says, look at the map. I'm showing you the map.
Yay.
Hey, Curly. So, you guys know that you guys are in Grasmere currently? And he will look and just like, he will just say, I just want to get bloody out of here. Where do you guys want to go? Eventually, I'll have to go into Firin, but because I'm looking for someone. But we're looking for Fish Dad. Yes. Yep. by then, we'll don't exactly have a time limit on it. And Willen's like, yes, we do. Orion will be like, where do you guys want to go? Do you guys have any, like, the places that he suggests, the places that, and Araya agrees, the places that you guys will get to the easiest, obviously, are Innswick, Copsewood, the Orandi Forest, and Grenirin. And Araya will be like, I mean, Grenirin's right near the frozen caps. You should probably be a good place to hide out.
And Cass just kind of cuts in and goes, Minoturn, actually.
Araya will turn to you and go, bless you.
Okay. One thing we should probably establish. Where has Spooky been to?
Sparky's been to Metallan, Ivorin, and probably, because I would say most likely, because he woke up in Metallan. I would say that he could have, up to you if he's gone to Ivorin, but he would have gone to Bavinia, Innswick, and Copsewood. Bavinia, you would know that you were on your way to Innswick and Copsewood. You wouldn't remember it. Bavinia, you would know that it has a reputation, a bovine reputation, and you remember that it wasn't your favorite place to go because you didn't understand anything there and why they did anything at all.
Gotcha.
Very confusing place.
Yeah.
And then, Araya would have said,
yeah.
You.
So Sparky's like, let's not go to Bavinia.
Araya just goes, yeah, I've heard that place has a weird reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Something about cows?
Sparky just like, and I think it's probably like the most amount of emotion that Sparky has shown this entire time. It's like, you do not want to know.
Willen goes, I want to know. I want to know what's in Bavinia. We should go to Bavinia.
And Cass just pats Willen on the head and goes, no, buddy. No.
And Sparky kind of pops up. Well, I was heading to Innswick and Cogsworth.
You were heading through there. You were heading through there to Grasman.
Okay, so I already visited there.
You don't remember it. You know that you had to have passed through there.
I remember that I was supposed to go through Innswick and Cogsworth. Cogswood to get here, but I don't recall it.
Raya goes, well, the next place on the circus does go through Innswick and Bavinia. Might be a good idea to go the opposite way, but again, we could always just avoid them through Copsewood.
I mean, and Sparky's like, I mean, if going farther away is safer, then I say we choose that option.
Marie, Hugo, are you putting any input? Hugo, you would have heard of most of these towns from being from Ivorin, but you're beginning to think that maybe the things you've been told might not have been all that true. Marie, you would have been you've been to you've been to where the circus has been to, which is through here.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have gone, they purposefully don't go into Bavinia.
Well, I think heading as far away from that place might be our best bet. I don't want to have another run-in with this place anytime soon.
Ron will turn to Cassie and go, well, Rhaenyra then?
And Cass just kind of, just almost flinches, but nods and goes, that's probably our best bet.
Though, but Sparky also pops up. Though, if needed, I kind of have a place we could go in Metallan if it ever comes to that.
Yeah, Araya and Aran will nod. Araya and Aran will nod. Willen's just happy to go anyway, man.
This is an issue.
Castian, you would know that Grenirin is considerably colder. So just if you just choose to let them know,
yeah,
because you grew up there.
Well, not really.
Oh, not really. You spent quite a few years
really.
there.
He didn't. But he spent a solid few years there. But yeah, he's probably just gonna go. By the way, It is very cold, so if y'all have layers, bring them. And then he looks over at Iran and just goes, make sure the kid has layers, please. And just... because layers is fun to say.
Yeah. Iran will nod, and Willen will just kind of try to wrap himself up in the jacket, and he'll be like, I'll be fine. Trying to wrap himself up in the yellow jacket that they're both trying to kind of share, but both of them are kind of like, when you're on a bed with a friend or a relative that you're just trying to pull the blankets away from them.
Mm-hmm.
That. But they're doing it with the
Kai
covers.
stealing the covers every time I spend the night.
Yeah. And Sparky kind of like points up. I'm like, if we can pick up some fabric somewhere, I could probably make. I'm fairly good with fabrics and like leatherwork and stuff, so I could probably make something.
Iran will turn to Castian and we go, oh, is that a place that we can buy some more clothes and go in there in? Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, then that's your plan, and you guys choose to head off into this direction. Everyone with more sense of freedom, Castian, with a sense of freedom, but slight,
And Cass is also probably going
slight
to...
dread. Not dread, but like...
Yeah, not dread at all. It's just more like, ow.
Yeah,
and
with slight ow.
Cass is also probably going to bring up, I have somewhere that we can stay there.
Yep.
Suffer.
Yeah. Well, as you guys head off into the horizon, you guys head off into where the air gets colder. You guys will start traveling. Yep.
Okay, so I just want to bring up this whole thing. So as they're like leaving, I feel like Sparky's like, it's getting late, and I'm pretty sure, and I know that humans and humanoid creatures require sleep to stay healthy. So I suggest I suggest we turn in for the night. I'll need to power down to get some of my magic back, but I can stay alert the entire time, so I can keep watch.
So as you guys settle down for the night, Iran will quickly help start a fire. Willen will go to help, and Iran will just plop Willen down. Just be like, nope, set fire. You're 10 years old. So you guys sit around the fire. You guys are a fair way away from the circus. It's horses and a caravan. You guys, it would, it's only going to take you really a couple of days, maybe at most a week to get to Gurniran. But even then, you guys are on horses and a caravan, it's not going to take long. The horses are considerably fast. Yep. As they're all sitting around the campfire, Hugo starts playing. Castian, do you bring out your Drake at all? It is safe now to do so. Considering where you're heading to? No?
That's true. Sure.
Roll a dice if you're unsure. Okay.
Sure. We'll bring out my boy.
Okay.
Before the long
This Drake will just, almost as if it's not necessarily slinking in from the shadows, but it doesn't quite just appear. It looks like it's just walked in from somewhere. Do you want to describe the Drake? Colors? Do you want to describe your body? You want to describe your body?
It's giving me flashbacks to the story I wrote, and now I'm sad. So in walks this pretty small, like a normal sized drake. It's described as a small dragon in the thing.
Small drakes are this big, the size of a wolf.
I know that, but it's a small dragon, but it's a drake. Anyways, he walks in. He takes a little mosey, and this is a very sadness. He is quite large, but also small, and he is purple with like. Shut up, Natalie. He is his main color is just like this royal purple color, and it's just a very rich royal purple, and he has different ridges of scales going up his like limbs and up his back that are like a deep blue, and then on certain spots there are just strikes of what almost look like lightning scars across. Artie's in pain. But they aren't lightning stars. They just have the same pattern. In like a bright white going across its chest, and then on some of its like arm and legs, and then a little bit onto its face.
So I feel like Sparky kind of just like looks at it like very interested. Also, what does the Drake do once it kind of slinks in?
He's just gonna come in, just sit next to Cass.
So I feel like so Sparky kind of like looks
hear,
at him, kind of like tilts his head.
Does anyone hear?
And is like,
other than Cass.
Yeah.
Keep speaking. I'm gonna check my NPCs.
And so Sparky
Marie does not.
Yeah, Sparky kind of like just tilts his head, and just kind of like looks at him and just asks Cass, "He yours?"
And just Cass just nods and just gestures to the dragon and just goes, "This is Reed."
Solid. And Sparky, at this point, Sparky has pulled out from one of his compartments a notebook, and he's sort of like, and you can just see him sort of like writing and writing in it, and you guys wouldn't know this, but he's sort of writing about like what all has happened, and you also see him sort of flip back the pages. And reading like the last thing he wrote, as if trying to remember what happened deactivation.
Willen has a feat, and I'm going to explain it in a sec after Hugo. Yep.
Oh, can Hugo take this chance to talk to Nuada?
Yes, we'll do that in just a sec. Willen has a feat called telepathy.
Oh.
Willen looks at the Drake and just stares at it. Drake immediately turns, stares back. And it's just like it looks like a staring contest, but then Willen will laugh, and then the Drake will just start chuffing as if it's a laugh, and Willen and like Drake, Reed will just walk up next to Willen. Like, we'll get up from Cass and walk not that far away but walk next to Willen, plop down. And Willen will just, like, pull up his head on top of the Drakes, and they'll just, like, Willen will look around, and then they'll just be speaking, occasionally laughing and chuffing along.
And Cass is just gonna, in Draconic, say to Reed, "You good? What happened?" And Reed's just gonna not even say anything back in Draconic, just huff. And continue talking to Willen. Reed is very sassy. We love Reed.
So, are you choosing to get the circlet out or bag talk again?
Bag talk.
Okay, everyone roll me a perception check. Eddie, roll me a deception check.
Okay. Let me get it up first.
Perception, that is a 21.
18.
19 plus 5. That is a 24. For deception.
Shit. I rolled a natural 20.
What's your perception though?
Plus 3.
23, 25. Does a natural 20 trump that though? No? I don't think it would.
So it depends on how you want to play it. Natural 20s can
Eddie
give you
would have had to
boosts.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to play it. Natural 20s can boost or not. It depends. Yeah.
Oh,
And I think Eddie would have had to get a natural 20
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
I got
most
a
GMs are like
you-
natural 20
yeah.
trumps that.
yeah. What did you roll? Sorry, Eddie.
I rolled a 19 and I have a +5 for deception.
So what did that equal? Sorry, I'm maths. 24. What did you say?
24.
Willen rolled a 17. He has a +7. You rolled a 24 too. Yeah. So I'm gonna say Aran rolled an 18 and Araya rolled a 10. Give me a sec. Need to find the. But yeah, you guys who rolled, I would say Cassian who rolled a natural 20. The rest of you will see Hugo looking into his bag. Castian will catch it. Willen will catch it. Because that +7 perception, fucking hell, Willen. Will notice it. And you'll notice Hugo looking like he's mentally conversing with his bag. Looking like, if you look at Willen and Willen's conversation with Reed, it's exactly the same. Except, the bag, you can't tell if the bag's talking back. So, Nuada, what are you asking her? Because you won't try to talk, at this point, she's not going to try to talk to you unless you ask her questions.
Well, Hugo did see, right? He saw Marie with the circlet do the disguise thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He also would have been there when Sparky was like, "This is what it is," and also when Aram was like, "This is what this is."
Hugo wants to ask, can you do the same thing? Are you like twin circlets? Is that a thing?
I love Hugo so
Laughing in your head. You hear a laughing in your head. Just, yeah, that's not the type of thing I do, sweetie.
But
not meaning it like that. More river song to everyone, sweetie. Yeah.
I had a feeling not like that. It's a circlet. It's like a It's
a circlet.
It's a glorified tiara. I wouldn't expect it to be attracted to Hugo.
Yeah, I don't do anything like that, but I think you'll find once you prove yourself that the circlet, myself, and you will have quite a lot of fun.
How do I prove myself? Is there like a set book of rules or like...
I haven't decided Nuada's true personality yet, but still. Pine?
Yes.
Pine? Bavinia.
Okay.
Yeah. So she will laugh at that and just reply with just all in due time, Maria, all in due time. And she's gonna say the same sorts of things. She's gonna answer either really cryptically or tell you something that she's told you already. So yeah, that's about how the conversation's gonna go. If you're continually pestering her, she's still gonna say the same thing.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, so Aran is just kicking his feet up with this, wrapping the coat around him like a blanket, and just being real quiet, staring off in the distance. Araya has faced away from him, but is looking now considerably calmer. She's still really annoyed with him. Araya will turn to Sparky and go, so what exactly have you been doing? What made you come here? Also, at this point, Willen has now told Reed something, and Reed and Willen are both staring at Hugo really intently, going, what is he doing? Like this, and as much as a Drake can do that, is what he's doing. Just this.
So before the I asked that, Sparky had finished writing what he was writing, and had looked backwards in his notebook to figure out, see if he could figure out the missing gap, and was then annoyed by the last thing that was written was about Bolivia, and
Lavinia.
Lavinia.
Bolivia is an actual place.
Bolivia is a country.
Olivia.
It makes the connection that he must have gotten deactivated sometime after that. so before some on his way to the other towns, Sparky just looks at Araya, and is like, I've just been traveling for the past yearish.
Anything in particular you're looking to find?
My creator.
Araya and Finn both being religious. Well, Araya's not religious. She's very anti-religious. Aran being religious, he's like, we're just half alive. Just like, aren't we all? Nuada at that, Hugo would be like, would just say one word, and that word will be ironic. Doesn't say anything else on that topic.
Huh?
Okay, would Sparky be able to pick up okay, would Sparky be able to pick up what specifically Aram was referring to?
Just like, do I want to be mean and make you roll an insight check? But also, I feel like Aran wouldn't be making it. It would be pretty making it obvious. You could tell that you know in your data logs that humans, like humanoids, and can sometimes be religious, and you think that that's what Aran could be referring to. If you want to ask Aran about it, ask Aran about it. That's about as much as.
And Sparky's like, I don't think we are on the same page. I don't think our creators are the same type. And then Sparky kind of chimes in about that. Yeah. When I woke up, when I woken, he had already vacated the workshop. So all I have left is some of his notes to go off of.
Yeah.
He's also the one who gave me my name.
Araya at that will just look and go, why not a simpler name? Like, highly intelligent, Sparky. Why would he not? Aran will then go, high-powered, intelligent. I can't say it correctly. He will then say, you mean this? Having picked it up with Araya, having tried to speak it, because she had tried to speak it before, like, tried to remember it. She said it once. She once said it once correctly, and Aran held on to that just so he could annoy her, and Araya's just looking pointedly away.
Also, to repeat it, it's high-powered, computerized, info-analyzing protection bot.
I'm not going to remember that. Aran will. Just so you know. Willen will look up and go, oh, that's a really cool fancy name. Looks to Aran, can I have a cool fancy name? Aran would be like, you wouldn't respond to it, you'd forget it. And Willen would be like, I guess so. I want a cool fancy name.
And then Sparky just looks like thank you, Willen.
And Reed, when Willen gets sad, is probably just gonna wrap his neck around Willen. Just like a hug.
Oh.
They cuddle.
Reed is so soft, but such a sass. Like, as sassy as a dragon can be. That.
Yes.
Hey, can Sparky? So I have proficiency in carpentry tools, and I think I might actually have them. Could Sparky like get like a piece of like wood or something nearby and whittle a fish?
Oh.
Yes, I'm not even going to make you roll that. That is too soft for a roll. Yes, you can. Also, Justin, does Reed understand Celestial?
Reed's only language is Draconic.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. I just had to ask. On that note, though, after Willen and Reed continually staring at Hugo, Aran's gonna notice this and be like, Willen, what are you doing? What are you bothering poor Hugo for? Willen's be like, he's talking to someone in his bag, straight up, not hiding anything. He's talking to someone in his bag. Reed thinks it's a person. I think it's a plant.
I'd like to acknowledge that Cass understands Celestial. However, that will work.
Okay, just thinking. Yep.
And then Sparky just kind of looks at him. looks at Hugo and is like, is there anything you would like to share?
Nawada's not going to say no. She's just silent. She's not telling you not to.
What a decision.
Araya will turn to you and go, don't tell me that thing talks.
It's been talking.
Out loud. It's been talking this entire time. Hugo just having a moment.
Shut up.
Hugo, Sparky looks at, would I be allowed to see it?
Hugo takes it out of the bag.
Okay,
No more
for y'all who haven't seen this circlet is metal circlet that divots down and up and around. It looks similar. It looks similar in design to Marie's circlet, but it doesn't have you don't think it has a connection. It's just they're both silver magical circlets. They both have the divot. That's just because I like circlets with divots. And there is, you can see a pair of wings around the top of the circlet that are very intricately designed. It's not like wings out. It's more like open wings out around following the band of the circlet. And brings it out. Ryan's just like, I still don't know what that bloody thing does, but why the hell did you talk to it?
I didn't! It talked to me. That's just how it went.
Where is Hugo around this fire in relation to everyone? Like, how close is he to Willen and Reed?
Across. I'm imagining Willen just be like staring across. Okay. Like you're in a circle. It's a circle, so yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
I feel like Sparky's like, and so it's like, can Sparky roll an Arcana check again?
A what?
An Arcana check.
Sure. Yeah.
That would be.
Are you showing it to anyone? Are you letting anyone hold it, or are you just keeping it to yourself?
Hugo just brought it out. Like, if someone asks, he'll
And so Sparky's like, may I examine it?
Hugo hands it over. Very carefully.
No. It falls through Sparky's hands. Through. It drops to the floor. You guys cannot see it, but it looks incorporeal.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, so can Sparky just sort of like examine it like from where it's sitting? You can examine
the outside, and it's not. You can see now that Hugo has let go of it, it's completely incorporeal, and even it's not sinking through the ground, but it's on the ground. But you can see like bits of grass literally going up into it and through it. It's not see-through, but it's going through the grass. It's just on the ground.
I rolled a 20.
Okay. Good. Natural 20?
Not a natural 20, a 19, but it's a 24. Because I have +5.
Okay. You get the feeling that the object itself isn't technically an object. Like it's not an enchanted circlet. The circlet kind of seems like a conduit. And said circlet, the rocks and stuff like that, like anything that's like any plants or anything living, like bugs will just go straight through it. Anything living completely goes through it. Anything in immaterial would be held, it would be held by it. Fun fact though, it does count Sparky as being it's not like a living your armor counts as living, so that's why it went through.
Yeah, and so Sparky, just to double check this, kind of takes out one of his tools and just kind of lightly pokes it.
Yep. Cool,
just to test that there, and then pockets again.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Sparky feels a small sense of pride at being classified as living.
Yeah. Willen will reach for it, see it go through his hands, and just keep doing this. It keeps going through. Hugo, are you trying to pick it up?
Yeah, he's like, okay.
It's up for you. Works for you.
That's whack.
Araya goes to try and take it from you. Can't take it from you. It goes through her hand too.
So what I was
You can
thinking
hold
of
it.
doing earlier wouldn't have worked anyway. Because I was going to say, if Willen and Reed are right next to Hugo, Reed is a Snoopy and would probably like sniff it and try and like bite it and take it away from Hugo. That wouldn't have worked.
If he does, he probably would have bit down on Hugo's hand. Accidentally, though. Accidentally,
Let's
but would
not have a handless bard.
And
I
feel like
have some complications here.
I feel like upon Willen being like kind of disappointed that he can't touch it, Sparky quickly finishes up his little fish thing, and it's like and it's like, here, Willen.
Willen takes it, looks like he's about to cry, but then stops himself, and then just looks to Aran. Aran just shakes his head, and Willen just fixes it onto the hat that he's wearing, and it stays there, and he looks up and he looks real pleased. It's on his hat now, and Aran ain't getting that hat back anytime soon. It's Aran's hat. Aran's just looking at the hat going, I really want that back. But Willen's going, no.
I refuse.
Araya looks to that, and then will say, I know that Hyde it was something that Hyde himself wanted to work with and attune to, but not necessarily because it was bad, but more because it contained a lot of something he didn't have. On that note, Marie, you still have that package, babe.
Yeah, I have a plan.
I was just gonna say quickly, Sparky would also tune up that I mentioned that. Well, it is a conduit.
Raya then thinks and goes, Hugo, I swear to God, you better hope that bloody thing is good. You better hope that bloody, and then she's like, because if it's not, I'm going to murder you.
Well, and it's one of the things is like, I feel like Sparky's like, well, if Hyde is bad and into like necrotic magic and it's something he doesn't have a lot of, wouldn't it be good?
Araya will consider this. Castian, if you want to have a look at it, and like, if Hugo's holding it, you would be able to read that it is celestial.
Vibe text.
Yeah.
Holds it out.
Can you just hold it out? What's the writing on it again? Because, it's fluent and celestial.
Sexy, I've written that down. Circlet of, you read, so at the front of it, it says like one thing, and on the back, it has kind of a rune. It's celestial-esque, but you,
Can you send me a picture of the rune?
I'm gonna make you roll a history check and I'll just tell you what it is, but not yet. First part of it says, Circlet, first off, it says, Circlet of the Winged.
The Winged?
Winged. Sorry, I pronounce it weird. Back of it is roll me a religion check.
Oh. He is so vaguely pagan. How is this gonna go? 18?
Oh, yeah,
Cool.
you would know, again, I would also say being pagan, not your line of gods, but you would know that Nawada it's the rune of Nawada. Nawada's rune, I am looking it up, but
I'll look it up and I can draw it into my book.
You would say that's the rune of Nawada. If you say that, you would know that to be the rune of Nawada. And you would know what goddess she is. She's Celtic, of the Celtic pantheon, because you know that there's two pantheons. The main one is Celtic for us. It's just main gods for this world, not necessarily Celtic. But name is Nawada. She is the goddess of war and warriors.
Ooh.
Her symbol is a silver hand on black background. So yeah, you could have figured that out, but like, celestial-esque hand. Warriors. If you relay this Castian, lay it out.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably gonna just mention that just to Hugo. He's just gonna go, do you know what that says?
It's in Celestial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugo can read it. He probably just didn't notice it.
His passive perception is really low.
Yeah, your passive perception is 11.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah. At the name of Nawada, he would pick up. Aran would pick up and go. Actually, one of my sailors was full of Nawada. Very intense goddess, but I mean, cool all the same. Most of us would realize he's just started talking about his backstory in depth. Then he's like, "Oh, I trust these people. Hang on, give me a sec to realize this," and then would take a breath and go, the people that I know, most of us followed Manana McClure, and you would know Manana McClure to be water-related, storm-related. Yeah, Circlet of the Winged. Yep. Nawada ain't gonna comment. She's like,
And Sparky makes
Nuada's
note
the
of that
god-
in his
wait.
journal.
Nuada's the god.
Nuada!
War and Warriors.
Warriors. Thank you.
Think Athena. Think Athena, but Celtic. Yes.
Thank you.
Sparky will
That's
make note.
helpful.
Will make note of that in his little. He'll pull out a different journal.
Yeah.
This one that seems to be a little more heavily like guarded, like almost like there's like a lock on it. And he'll and I mean, I don't know. It's up to you guys whether or not your characters notice this, but he would be sketching out the circlet and writing down what they know about it.
What one thing Nawada will say would be if she could give Hugo a look, she would, but you'll hear it in her voice going, "You know, you'd know this earlier if you'd bloody read it." I could have told you. Why do you think I didn't tell you? I thought you already knew. Aran will turn to the circlet, turn back to Marie and just go, "You know what? I prefer Marie's one. A lot more fun." Nawada will go, "I don't like him very much."
Okay, that's going in the notes. Just because.
Oh,
Poor Aran.
a war?
The war of the circlets.
Anyway, your circlet, Marie's circlet doesn't talk. But yeah, you guys will
Fine.
get food for the night.
Is
Rations
okay.
and stuff like
Maria, just to bring it up, Maria, are you gonna touch the package?
Yeah, I was gonna do something fancy with that. She's gonna eventually kind of make her way over to Castian. She was probably around Castian during the entire night. And she goes, "Cassie, would you perchance take me up on the offer to go on a walk?"
Yes, I will.
Yeah,
They'll just
and she'll kind of like
link
put her arm
All
around
right.
his.
Same wavelength, linking arms.
Araya will look after them and look to Aran and just give Aran a look. You guys, because this will happen after you guys have walked away, Aran casts. You will see, you guys at the campsite, you guys will see Aran cast something. He will get out some charcoal, set it out, incense, set up, and some herbs, and he will chuck it into the fire with that and the charcoal and stuff like that. And out of it, you love this one. I got the idea from something. Out of it will come a little small dragon. Dragon will then look and just sniff, but then Arias will like it would look, and then Aran's eyes will just flood black, and Dragon will just crouch down and scuttle across, because the grass is considerably long, but scuttle across the grass following you guys. Iran needed a fancy familiar, and that familiar counts as a familiar. Yes.
Okay,
And
so
Reed,
I'm
I
just,
hope
I,
you're-
would Sparky be able to like identify that that's what's going on?
Yes. Well, I mean, you'd probably, I'd say that you'd know because
Yeah, because I feel like, and then Sparky would just like make note of the fact that, or that he's in a vulnerable position to be like, okay, let's keep an eye on you.
yeah.
And also and he would kind of turn to Will and be like, I think it's time you go to bed.
But no, I want to still talk to Reed. Do you know Reed's really smart? He knows a lot about fish. But he doesn't like fish. But he also told me about all the dragon friends he has, and he's so happy. He's like he misses his dragon friends. But we're gonna go find them soon. Don't worry, I've already told him.
And so Sparky was like not long. It's like, well, why don't you get into your here? And so he pulls out the bag of holding and pulls out a bedroll, and is like, why don't you go lay down, and then you can continue talking to Reed as you do that.
And Reed, this entire time, just sees this dragon come out of the fire and just eyes locked on this dragon for the entire time until it's out of sight. He really went challenge.
This dragon is small.
No.
No, this dragon is small with an O. Small, like
I know.
Size of a small cat. It's been described as the size of a small cat.
This little bitch sees any dragon near anyone that he loves, or like near any human that he like loves or appreciates or just protect. He just sees and goes, challenge. Get your butt over there. Stay away, or I will fight. Yeah. I will eat you.
Yeah. But I feel like
came too close to Willen, he would probably snarl, and if it continued to come close, would probably.
Willen would probably talk to it and become best friends with it. Yeah. But Dragon's too busy. Dragon's out following Castian and Marie.
Reed is jealous.
But yeah, Sparky. Yeah, so Sparky's like, okay, and kind of takes this opportunity to sort of like pull out the bedrolls, for everybody, and then once like Willen's settled, he'll strategically place himself like at the edge of the clearing so he can see everybody, and shut himself and power down, where he's still fully aware of his surroundings.
Yeah.
But is currently inactive.
Okay. We'll go to Castian and Marie's conversation now. Sparky powers down, and then I will cut to Castian and Marie's conversation. The rest of you will see as Azeron's eyes flood black and Dragon walks off. I'm just going to describe the dragon is yellow, and with yellow with like the tips of his spines and wings fade to a blue, like an almost turquoise blue. And you will see him low, like as a cat, like low, scuttle into grass. And what is it? Stealth.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's good to know.
That was either a really high or really low row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, your guys' conversation. What are you guys doing?
Yes, Marie.
Well, first of all, I just wanted to check on you. You seemed in distress for quite some time the other night, and I just really wanted to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah, I'm alright. It's just that horn threw me off a little bit. I'll be fine.
Alright.
I just need a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm conflicted, to say the least. She kind of pulls out the package that she got from Anya, and she goes, I thought I knew her. I mean, she was one of those people that saw me and didn't see a weak little girl. She saw someone that she could know.
Okay.
I just want to acknowledge that I just saw Artie mouth, "You have no idea," with "I thought I knew her."
Yeah.
Fuck you, Artie.
Yeah. And she kind of just like takes it and just holds it up a little bit. Part of me doesn't want to open this. Hyde has done things beyond imagine to all of us. And the fact that this can affect him as much as she said, that scares me. And she just kind of takes the edge of one of her nails and just tears it open. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What is in the box? Not a box. Package. You see a pendant, but like it's a like dark, almost like gunmetal gray.
Mm-hmm.
And so the chain completely normal. Considerably like I felt like a large chain, but like of a necklace, like about that thick.
Mm-hmm.
Like a considerably big chain. And the
like
pendant,
Marie's.
the pendant itself is like a thin, not too thin, but like thin for a pendant line around it, and there's there's ridges on around it, and you see this like there's a stone in it, but it's not full. It looks like somebody's gone like this and smashed it. And there's two pieces. Somehow they look, by all means, should have fallen out, but they're held in there. And you see the purple stone, two pieces. The two pieces fit together perfectly, and it only like it has like a surface crack, as in it like it's just been cracked on the surface, but it's like it hasn't actually been cracked all the way, and it's swirling like a purple color of like dark purples and light purples, and it's just swirling around like resin. It looks a bit like moving resin. And you feel it in your hands, and the feeling that you get is so like, I don't want to say this because they're going to freak out, but roll me a wisdom saving her.
Jesus, Satan.
That,
My iPad isn't turning on. That's not good.
Castian, are you reaching for the amulet as well? Or are you just letting Marie see it? Probably. Also roll me a wisdom saving throw then.
That is entirely
that
cocked.
is
That's
15 on me.
17.
Okay. You guys are fine, but you guys aren't frightened of it, but this thing freaks you out. The vibes that you get from it. You have almost for a second you feel terrified and frightened, but you quickly it's just an amulet, it's fine. And you don't want to hold it for very long, but you can tell that it feels really, really, the thing that terrifies you is it feels really, really, really off. It feels like you're holding a body part, like a severed limb. That's what it feels like. Even though it doesn't look like that.
Artie.
Doesn't look like that. It feels like that. Justin, be quiet.
Horcrux vibes.
Out of character, yeah, except it's not calling to you. Out of like mechanically, yeah. Yeah, that's what you see. And back to you guys, because Dragon looks up, sees this, and immediately and you guys will look and turn to just see a puff of smoke, and give me a sec. That's an actual one. Puff of smoke, you'll see Aran just yelp and just sit up and go, I don't like that. Wraps himself up in the jacket and is just like, so they found something. They're okay. That thing freaks me the fuck out.
Is Cass gonna know about Aran's familiar?
I mean, inside. Roll me just a straight roll. Straighter than you are.
I'm not, well, that's a 13. I roll so many 13s, what the fuck?
Yeah, you would know.
I would
You
know.
would know.
Cass is probably gonna see the puff of smoke and go, just sigh and just look at Marie and go, Aran.
Pause.
Yeah, you two, Hugo and Sparky, you see Aran genuinely just like fear. And he goes to touch the thing in his pocket that he stole. Sparky, you would know. Hugo, you would know as the black pearl, and he would go to feel it and just be like, that's the same. Yeah, it's not the same vibes, but similar vibes. I don't want to be cursed again. Ha ha ha. That's his internal monologue. And you can kind of very clearly read that because right now Aran's too freaked out to like
speak.
Deception. He's too freaked out to deception right now. You guys see that.
You gonna do anything, Hugo?
Well, my first thought was Hugo would probably ask Nuada, but Nuada would probably know nothing.
What?
My first thought was Hugo would probably ask Nuada about like the off feeling, like if Nuada knows anything about any of the objects, because that's what he does now. Ask questions.
Yeah, Nuada. I need dice for Nuada. God damn it! Didn't think Nuada would become an NPC. Okay. Nuada just goes. Nuada would deadass just turn. I was about to say turn to you. No. Circlet form. I don't want you going anywhere near that thing. Whatever they're doing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That thing is very, very dark magic. And you, my warrior, are not. Would be like, don't do that. Don't go near dark magic. No, bad. I like mother scolding. Don't go near that.
Bad, Hugo.
Yeah, bad, Hugo. Don't go near don't go near the dark, scary magic. Yeah, that's what Nuada would say. Are you doing anything else? Aran's not doing well. Quillen's fallen asleep. Dead ass is just crashed. As soon as he hit the bedroll, I'm gonna continue talking to.
Yeah, that was kind of Smirky's thought process there.
Reed has curled up with Quillen. I'm also looking to, puff smoke dragon.
Okay, so does Hugo do anything? Does Araya do anything?
That is the answer.
Araya knows what that thing is. Or would guess. Wouldn't know for sure. But after Aran does, no bad vibes, please, to curse. Araya would look to Aran. Wouldn't go comfort him. Because she's pissed at him right now. Even though she probably would, she will eventually, but just not right now. She doesn't want to show weakness. She's Araya. It's Araya. But Araya, as soon as seeing this, Araya would look to where Cassie and Marie would go to get up, sit back down, and just.
Would Hugo? Okay, I'm just curious. Would Hugo comfort Aran? Aran, sorry.
Would Hugo comfort Aran?
He would try, but he's awkward.
He'd
be like
awkward hug. Pat on the back.
Like side hug.
Aran's very cuddly. He's just gonna hug. He needs this. He's just gonna hug Hugo. Aran.
See, that was my question because if no one did anything, then Sparky would have repowered and be like, okay, I need to go comfort this man. I see distress. I have to go do my job. I am protect.
I am
Natalie, Aran, and touch starved. By the time, would you guys spend a while out there or not long? Once you've noticed Aran is puffed. How long would you guys take? Are you guys doing anything else?
Cass is just still out of it and still very smad. So
yeah.
Unless
so as soon as you
anything up,
no, as in like you guys have just held out the circlet for bad vibes. What are you doing?
She's just gonna like look at it and just kind of register like, oh my, that's not good, and just kind of put it in her pocket.
Definitely.
Yeah, just put it in her pocket.
Yeah.
And
When
just
you
make
touch
sure
it,
that it's...
when you touch it, doesn't do anything. I'm just letting you know. It feels really, really like not cold as in ice cold, but cold as in dead body cold.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's really great.
That's not
And
a
she just
good
kind of
kind of
puts
cold.
it in her pocket, and she's like, I don't like that.
You still get the vibes. You still feel the scary I'm not okay vibes from this, emanating from this thing once it's uncovered.
Can she put it back in the package?
Yeah, and it doesn't automatically go away. It's almost as if now that you know what it is, and now that it's there, you don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, you still, it kind of stifles it, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't there before because you didn't know what it was.
Yes.
But now that you know what it is, like a sense of dread has set in. So, Castian, are you commenting on it at all, or what's your reaction?
Cass might offer because he can see that Marie doesn't like the vibes of this thing. Does Marie look distressed by this thing?
She looks catatonic. She appears kind of like, oh.
You and I say something stupid, but in a bad way, in a bad vibes way. So Cass is probably just gonna offer, do you want me to hold on to that?
I don't want to put you in danger.
I can hold. I'll let you know if anything bad vibes happens, but I think I might be able to. I don't know if that's not the right wording. I'm trying to figure out a way to word this. I'm used to bad vibes. I think I might be able to block them out easier.
She kind of starts a sentence and just kind of backs out of it and just goes, Cass, divinity will stain your fingers gold and cut your veins like loose threads on fabric.
We're fine. Yep, it's fine. Cool, go. Yep. Okay.
I didn't like
don't
that
want
reaction.
I don't want you getting so caught up in what you can do that you forget you bleed and you hurt. I'm just terrified of losing you. Really,
Cass just...
even back home, I didn't have someone like you.
I know Marie's backstory.
I thought I did, but then I didn't.
Cass is just gonna hug her.
I'm terrified.
Cass is just gonna hug her and just hold her just as close as he can and as tightly as he can because, you know, this man's touch-starved as well. So many touch-starved just entities in this campaign. Entities? Entities isn't the... Well, it is technically the right word. Anyways, he's touch-starved, but he is also very... He's good at comforting Marie specifically. Marie and Aran. But he just kind of holds her and just runs his hands over her, like, head feathers and just kind of goes, it's okay. Like, he doesn't really know much about what happened to Marie, like, her backstory before, like, what happened before she joined the circus. But he just kind of holds her and he just goes, it's okay. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Everything is fine. He's just kind of just reassuring her. He's not gonna die.
Well, the dice tell all. And she kind of pulls it out eventually. And just like, her hands are shaking. She's absolutely shaking. And she just kind of hands it to him, like so uneasy.
He just takes it.
Yeah, like, same vibes.
A wave of bad vibes, and he just goes,
bad vibes.
See what you mean.
Pockets it. You guys eventually make your way back? Okay. I'm not going to say that, because it's that conversation probably wouldn't have taken too long.
Weird.
Hug probably a long time. So I'm going to say about 15, 20 minutes, tops. So Willen most definitely asleep. Reed, Castian would know. Reed has crashed purely just because warmth. Willen, sleep. Would wake up if you told him to, but he's snoozing. Araya is sitting up and waiting for you guys to get back, and Iran is there as well because he's you will notice that I don't think Hugo and Iran would have been cuddling for 20 minutes. It would have been at least like maybe 5 minutes, and so maybe and I'm thinking by the time you got the amulet and the pendant amulet out, that Hugo probably would have gone back, and if you are planning on going to sleep, Hugo, I would probably say that Hugo's gone to sleep, unless you are actively waiting for for Yellows to get back.
No, Hugo would probably crash.
Okay. Hugo has crashed. Sparky vibed down. Araya and Aran are still awake. Aran looks beside himself. He's not crying because Aran doesn't cry. But he's beside himself with vibe scary. Castian, you haven't seen Aran like this since he talked about Finn.
Oh.
When he talked about Finn, he wasn't okay.
He was not okay. When they talked about Cass wasn't okay either.
No. Yeah, you would recognize this. Marie, if you don't need to roll an insight check. Aran isn't great at hiding his emotions.
Nope.
Aran ain't vibing. So that's what you guys come back to. Araya, as soon as she sees you, goes, so when were you would Dead look up to Marie and go, so when were you going to tell us about that little thing that Anya gave you?
I didn't know until I had found out what it was. I didn't plan on saying much.
Araya would just look to you and just go, right. Would turn around, bedroll, sleep, would not say anything more. She's not going to sleep, but she's meditating sideways.
Mm-hmm.
But
Me too, Araya. I see you, fam.
horizontally meditating, and because she's purposefully staying awake. But yeah, she's very much right. Sleep time. I'm not talking to anyone anymore. Brian's petty. Aran. Aran ain't saying anything. He's just sitting there, not vibing. Very, very furiously playing with the rings on his necklace. What you doing, Rose?
Would Marie note Aran's clear distress? I imagine she would.
Yeah. She'd go, hey, me too.
She just kind of get into a similar position as on the caravan and just sit next to him. And just...
You know what? Cass would just go and sit between them and just hug.
Oh my god!
On either side.
Just a trio of sad.
He's not necessarily sad from this.
Yeah.
He's mad still from earlier, and he's still recovering from thinking that Horn belonged to not human, but you know.
Yeah.
I was about to say Hugo. I was like, what?
Not Hugo. No.
Hugo's not that.
I don't think Hugo has horns. At least to my knowledge. But
Okay, no, I made a connection now.
I think I know the connection you made. But yeah, no, he's still smad from the horn, but he just hugs.
He's Aran is going to put his head on Castian's shoulder. Not in a romantic way, just I'm so tired. Everything kind of way. I'm exhausted kind of way.
Pats on the head.
Mm-hmm.
The hugs and pats on the head.
He will just look to you and go, are we seriously gonna keep that thing? He would know that he's been caught out. He would know. Like he would have assumed, yeah.
Cass is just gonna look at Marie and then look at him and just go, I don't think we have much of a choice.
Ron sighs and looks to the bag that I'm assuming the horn would be in Castian's bag, or would he have put it in the caravan?
It's probably in his bag still. He hasn't really unpacked.
He would look to the bag because Ron was there. He's like, you know, There are plenty of tieflings out in the world. It's probably not him.
Cass just passes his head and goes, I know it's not his, but still. It just...
Ron's just hug time. Again, touch-starved. All three of them touch-starved people, just group hug.
Cuddles.
Yeah. And as you guys are hugging together, the three of you watching the fire crackle, eventually, I'd say you guys are too exhausted to really get into your bedrolls, and I feel like the three of you would just nap where you guys are, but in a more comfortable spot. I feel like you three would be... Aran's got to crash on Castian's shoulder. He's way too tired for all of this. He's been through a lot.
Cass, doesn't sleep very much, not nearly as much as the others.
They can sleep.
Yeah. But
He doesn't need it.
In general, he doesn't sleep very much. This man has insomnia. So they probably fall asleep on him, and he just probably whistles for Reed. And Reed just kind of looks up and goes, and just plops over. And he lays Aran and Marie on Reed, and Reed just wraps himself around them. And Cass just ruffles Aran's hair and, like, just, not pets, but, like, pets Marie's head feathers, and then goes and gets into his bedroll. And has his long rest.
Yes.
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do Cassian and Araya, would they be at, like, a...
Castian.
Castian. Would they be, like, asleep?
Cass probably wouldn't have passed out very quickly.
So, but if he's
like
eventually,
eventually,
is he sleeping or meditating?
Neither. He's just kind of laying awake, and he's just thinking.
Would he have fallen asleep eventually?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay. Araya is she said you said she's
meditating.
Right.
So she is semi-conscious. So if she hears something move or something like loud, her passive, I would go by her passive perception. She would notice easier than the others would.
Okay. Because I was thinking Sparky powers up again, and question this little like object. Where is it? And would Sparky know where it is?
Probably not, because it's in Cass's pocket, and so he pocketed it before they were within sight of.
If you want to look, you will feel bad vibe. You will feel the vibes, but you would know them more mechanically bad vibes as in something's off. And
like more on the magic. If you went to go
search them, you would know that it's from. I will make you roll an investigation, then sleight of hand / stealth. But yeah.
Okay, because specifically, I have identify.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Okay, I feel like Sparky so Sparky during this whole conversation, being able to understand the distress of like what happened, didn't want to bring up the object. So he does. So he kind of like it's probably like very late in the evening. He's gotten like his 6 hours since he powered down earlier than some of the others. He tries to sort of like I guess he kind of like surveys the scene. I guess he goes like he looks for
investigation roll.
The bad vibes. That's a nat 20.
Yeah, you immediately know. You will immediately feel a really strong bad vibes coming from Castian's pocket.
I'm gonna quickly look up how identify works and see if I can just do it without removing it from Castian.
I've looked it up. Usually, like I'm looking at Aran because Aran has identified, but Aran ain't gonna identify that and will not go anywhere near it. So, you must touch it throughout the casting of the spell. You don't have to pick it up and hold it in your hands, but you have to be touching it.
Okay. I'm assuming I would have to do a stealth sleight of hand check to be able to, for Sparky to get close enough to touch it.
And Cass, I'm probably going to do a counter roll with Cass, simply because light sleeper, insomnia. He has trauma. He doesn't sleep much, so.
I will allow a counter roll. Perception.
Okay, this is not gonna end well because Sparky is not stealthy.
Sleight of hand, not stealth.
Well, yeah, still.
Yeah.
You think my sleight of hand's
yeah.
better?
Oh, I'm just letting you know. Yeah.
Like, bitch, it's not better.
Yeah, and like, even Cass's passive perception is 13.
Yeah.
So.
That's, it's a 10.
Okay, what's
Yeah, 10.
Bastian's?
Okay. Do I even need to roll because his passive perception is 13?
Yeah, his passive perception is 13.
But he's, I mean, technically, I mean, he's just like, but wouldn't it be like slightly lower? Because he's asleep? Because passive perception is when they're awake and they're just like walking around.
Roll, and I'll take that off. Like, I will just roll perception.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's valid.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Sparky, I will allow that you touch it just as Castian shifts. And Castian, you wake up and you see Sparky trying to reach for it.
And Cass just kind of grabs Sparky's hand. He goes, "What are you doing?"
I would like to investigate this object, seeing as it has caused you all very much distress.
Cass is just very tightly gripping Sparky's arm.
Wouldn't feel it. It doesn't have nerves, so I don't
Sparky
think you
doesn't
feel it.
feel it, but Cass's knuckles are white. You don't wake up Cass You wake up Cass by waking up Cass. You don't wake up Cass like that. And he just goes, just sighs and just passive rage. It just goes, wake
Wouldn't
me
pick it up.
normally next
Sparky would not pick it up. Rage would not pick it up. Just be like,
Yeah,
tight grip.
yeah. He just go, wake me up next time. And he'll just take it out of his pocket and he'll just put it in Sparky's hand and say,
It's identify. Mm-hmm.
just do your thing, and then I'm taking it back.
Okay. And Sparky's like, apologies. I did not wish to wake you.
Don't touch my stuff without asking first.
Clunky
Okay.
man.
Understood.
Clunky,
I
clunky
just
man.
know humanoids require their sleep, and I did not wish to wake you.
So, again, I tried to end this before, but as the crackling of the fire, you guys are sitting around the crackling of the fire. Aran and Marie just both cuddled up with Reed. You see Willen clonked out. You see Hugo clonked out. As you, Castian, and Sparky are gathered around this thing, and you see the glow from Sparky's hand, and you see him cast Identify. You just hear, and I'm going to say that Sparky says this back. You just go, Sparky just looks to Castian and just says, "It's a soul." That's where I'm going to end it.
What
That in
in
session
the
2.
actual fuck? You really
Wait,
said Horcrux,
wait.
but make it D&D. The fuck?
Yeah.
You little shit.
You guys like session 2.
What? Wait.
How'd you guys like session 2?
That was great. Having a time.
Mm-hmm. I did not intend for Ron to get that traumatized. I did not intend for Marie to get that traumatized, and I cried like twice. But it were good. I'm in pain.
God, I love being an
I'm
actress.
full of rage.
Okay, well, so one thing that we didn't do, if anyone else wants to say anything, one thing we didn't do was actually say goodbye last time, session 1. So, do we all want to wrap this up?
Yeah.
I finished writing my notes because
Yeah, you can do that after the
I
session.
can give you my notes, Justin.
Yeah.
I know
So,
I write my notes
everyone,
a specific way.
everyone. I loved DMing session 2. Hope to see you guys in session 3. This has been Natural Chaos. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.